Roses are red, violets are blue. Elton John, You Gotta Love Someone. Lyrics from Days of Thunder soundtrack. You gotta love someone. You can win the fight. You can grab a piece of the sky, you can break the rules. But before you try, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. You can stop the world. Steal the face from the moon. You can beat the clock. But before high noon, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. You've got one life with a reason. You need two hearts on one city when you stand alone. And there's no one there to share the way it feels inside. And baby, you can cheat the devil and slice a piece of the sun, burn up the highway. But before you run, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. When you're gonna play with fire, you let someone share the heat when you're on your own. And there's no one there to cool the flames beneath your feet. And baby, you can win the fight. You can grab a piece of the sky, you can break the rules. But before you try, you gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. You gotta love someone. The eternal quest of the individual human being is to shatter his loneliness. Norman Cousins. Yes, there's joy, fulfillment and companionship. But the loneliness of the soul and its appalling self-consciousness is horrible and overpowering. Sylvia Plath. Pain is when you're slowly dying on the inside and you're way too weak to speak about it. So you keep silent and suffer, alone. The worst part of holding the memories is not the pain. It's the loneliness of it. Memories need to be shared. Lois Lowry. The trouble is not that I am single and likely to stay single, but that I am lonely and likely to stay lonely. Let me tell you this, if you meet a loner, no matter what they tell you, it's not because they enjoy solitude. It's because they have tried to blend into the world before, and people continue to disappoint them. The hardest walk you can make is alone. But it's the walk that will make you stronger. Being alone has a power that very few people can handle. Loneliness is a long, unbearable pain. There was never a place for me in the scheme of things. I had become a living fantasy on a theme and dark, endless dirges. I made another world, and real men would enter it and they would never really get hurt at all in the vivid, unreal laws of the dream. I caused dreams which caused death. This is my crime. I restore myself when I'm alone. Being alone with your feelings is the worst because you have nowhere to run. They're here, dancing in your mind, and all you can do is handle. Sometimes I feel like I just want to be alone. But what I actually want is someone to just hold me and tell me everything will be okay. Loneliness does not come from being alone, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. Where you used to be, there is a hole in the world, which I find myself constantly walking around in the daytime, and falling in at night. I miss you like hell. My peers, lately, have found companionship through means of intoxication. It makes them sociable.